Good morning. This is the Wake Up Show. I'm up. Are you up? All right. Here's what. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. I want to tell you about the evidence. What's going to happen when you start looking for evidence in your life? You know, the curiosity of life is really amazing. Like we are going out in the world and we look for evidence for the things we believe is true. So a spiritual shift, you could say, is the same. So a spiritual shift, you could say, is the exact same mechanism, only the other way around, inwards. I'm bringing this foot pedal with me tonight. I'm going to Amsterdam. And the only reason I brought it... Why do you think I brought it? Well, it's a good foot pedal. And I can look for evidence to why I'm bringing this one. And the only evidence I can find is actually that I forgot to take it out of my backpack. I was going to the music store to return it, or to actually get help to figure out if you can invert it the other way around. If you plug it into a piano now, the way it works is that, you know, a foot pedal, usually you press it down to keep the sound longer. And all these English words that I don't know. And then this one actually works the other way around. The sound is long when it's not pressed down, and when I press it down like this, the sound stops. So that means I need to invert it so it works the other way around. Turns out this one isn't comfortable to do something like that. So I need to get another one. And I forgot to take it out of the backpack. So then I will bring it to Amsterdam. Sometimes there is no better explanation in life than that. You just forgot about it, or something happened, or whatever, right? But why is it so important to have evidence towards a truth or to discard a truth? Why are we so occupied in our minds and in ourselves to validate and disqualify truths? My experience is that when we start looking inwards, something shifts. Because truth isn't based on evidence from the outside. It's based on experience, which is evidence on the inside.
Good morning, good evening, good day to you, sir. This is the Wake Up Show, and I guess since you are here, you must be awake then. So my friend and the colleague Rabbe is not here today. He's in Amsterdam with his pedal to the metal. I do have some guests with me, and we have a topic. Topic of the day is fake news, which involves two words, fake and news. So I guess fake means not real, and news means something that you haven't heard about earlier coming into your brain as new information or something like that. Well, let's get into it with our beautiful guests. And my first guest today is my good friend David Christiansen. Hello, David Christiansen. It's really nice to have you here today. I know it's early, and it's or it's late if you're in another country. And we're so happy to have you here today, David. Now, David and me, we know each other from the television community, and we've been working together for years. He's a producer. He's a bit skeptical, and I'd say when we start talking about spiritual stuff, he would typically be like, well, it all sounds very interesting, but I'm not interested. Do you have any take on that, David? Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, at least. But it's not only David who's a guest on this show. We have two guests, because this is the Wake Up Show. We always have two guests. I think this is the first time we have two guests in the studio, actually. Now, our second guest, my favorite guest, is Anders Howie.
Hi, hello. Hello, all of you.
Welcome to the Wake Up Show.
Thank you very much.
I'm so happy that you got up and you're here.
It's very nice to be here and to have company with my great friend David, which I know from before.
Yeah,
so
he's a great guy.
It didn't show up though.
Small detail, didn't show up.
He couldn't come. So I'm the only one who's here, and he was introduced as being skeptical. I'll probably be his big brother of skepticalness.
The mother of skepticism.
Absolutely.
But do you want me to introduce you?
Sure, go ahead.
I've known you for many years. Did not go to your wedding. Why does that say?
I actually forgot about that. Why didn't you go to
Why
your
didn't
wedding?
go to your wedding?
You were invited, I think.
I was invited to your wedding. Beautiful invitation.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Okay, so at the time, my good friend Anders Howie, I had some social anxiety, and going to weddings made me very anxious.
Yeah, that's fine. That's no problem. I actually forgot about it, and I didn't remember that you were not there. But that's fine.
What? I was imagining in my mind when I did not go to a wedding that people be like, "There's two empty chairs," and there's like, well, the wedding is sort of not the same without these people. But yeah, I don't know. No, I forgot that I also have to push the buttons. I'm going to push to the wide camera.
All right.
All right. But yeah, so you also work in television like David and me, and right now you're working on a show called Folkeopplysningen.
Yeah.
How would you translate that into the international language of English?
Good question. It's science-based. What a shock. Science-based program. And recently we have made a program about fake news, which made quite a lot of headlines in Norway. It was we manipulated a kind of voting process or progress or voting.
You manipulated the election at the high school?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we used we looked at how the American election was and how the Russians intervened in that election, and we tried to use the same processes and mechanism to see what happened if we did that at the high school in Norway.
And what happened at the high school in Norway?
Well, we tried to make the least popular party the most popular party by using social media. And what happened is not very much. But that's you'll have to watch the program to see that.
Also, you're teasing the program now. Okay, so watch Folkeopplysningen to see how that turned out. Now, so what does fake news mean to you personally, Anders Howie? Can I call you Anders Howie? It's such a beautiful...
You can do whatever you want. What it means to me personally? Well, I think working with this program and being enlightened, as you would say, about how the process works, we see that fake news is used more and more as a way of changing politics, usually from a foreign state or something, into something what they want, and try to make, like, Brexit is a result of that. And we know that Russia was doing all they could to get Trump voted, so it has big impact. So I thought that would be a good topic for today, to discuss problems and what we think about the future concerning fake news. So how will that change society, Ulf?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. So that's a really good question. I love your that's beautiful. Very well put. I'm gonna put it on the wide one because there's too much technology in this room. Because I've been thinking about the same thing this weekend. Because you suggested this theme prior to the weekend. I think David, he agreed what you said, David. Yeah, it seems like he's nodding. Yeah. Fake news and social media, and my angle in was sort of like social media, like Facebook is the ultimate source of fake news, because when we post content online, we just post the part of us that we want people to see, right? So, for instance, if you go on vacations with your kids, there's 10 days of vacation. Now, 9 of those days, you're arguing with the wife, the kids are acting up, and it's horrible. But like, one of those days was the perfect day. So that's the day you share with the world, thus portraying your vacation as like this magical fairy tale journey. And so when everyone else is reading their social media feed, they will be under the impression that everyone else has an awesome, spectacular vacation, when they are in fact having a 90% really difficult struggle with reality, and just share the 10%.
Yeah, but okay, so that changes our perception of how people live their lives, because you think everyone is happy and has a great vacation. But okay, if you look at it from a more, not that personal perspective, but more as I think it is supposed to try to make the theme here. He wants to. He has been thinking about why I picked this topic, because okay. So what we do is we present something that is not true, right? The truth doesn't exist anymore. That's a challenge.
Yes.
But is it important? Is it important to be surrounded by truth? Does it really matter?
Does truth matter?
And if not, that changes a lot, doesn't it?
Well, what is truth? Like like at the core level of it all.
Yeah.
What is truth? Like, because if we're going to talk about what is real, then I guess also what sort of is pre to that is what is truth. So, like, for instance, okay, so let's use...
should we try to discuss this on a lower level before we enter the higher spirits?
But this is the wake-up show.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go.
Just
go.
I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Okay, so we see that Trump in America, the election, UK, Brexit. What we see is that made-up truth is being the norm on social media, and people take that as facts, right? It changes the perception of people and how they live their lives and how they understand the truth. True?
Yeah.
Is it a problem?
Ooh, is it a problem? Now, you know me. I'm not the trouble-seeking kind of guy. But so, these are like big world issues. And so, the consensus is that Trump is a total moron. And he got elected through Russian infiltration because some Russian women peed on him at one point in time? I'm just trying to get the headlines here.
Well,
But
okay.
Why did
very
the
short,
Russians want Trump as the president?
Because they want an idiot on top in the United States. And okay, it wasn't only the peeing. I don't know about that, but you know, it was they had troll farms which make fake news. As it's a big industry making changing the perception for people. How it's like and posting it on social media. It's not only one news. It's there. You know, it's a big farm, thousands of people making up stories,
Made up news.
made up news, fake news.
But
Is it a problem?
well, the question, when does it become a problem is that when we as an audience do not consciously take what information we get and actually, well, does this settle with me as truth, or is it just hogwash?
Yeah.
As a term a friend of mine taught me earlier
Yeah.
today. It's David, right? I'm kidding. It's Anders. So.
Yep.
Yepity yep. But so, is this a problem? Now, I want to flip that. This is an invitation.
Great.
No, wrong camera. Damn it, technology. Sorry, technology.
Okay, you want to flip it?
What if all this fake news is an invitation for you to actually look past that? Right. So let's look at the humans. We're very easily manipulated, right? If you see an ad for Coca-Cola, you'd want a Coca-Cola. If you see a news outlet saying that the rainforest is on fire, the rainforest is on fire.
Yeah.
So any information you will take as fact.
No,
Well,
I disagree. I
at the
totally
core,
disagree.
at the basic level, as human beings, because like Trump, I think what Trump is an example of is that if you want to construct a truth, you just repeat it until people stop resisting. Right?
Well,
So if for instance in the example of the inauguration, he said there had never been as many people on Capitol Hill when I was elected president. And then people say, no, we have there's like half as many people as when Obama was elected president. And then he says, no, it was more. And then he just keeps on repeating that mantra until people just be like, oh, you can't argue with this idiot. It's what you typically say. And then we're at the point where this is a problem. Or you want this to be a problem, or how does this affect your everyday life?
yeah. Okay. I think how this was traditionally was that you read a message from someone, and
Yes.
then you have to figure out who this someone was. There was a difference between newspapers with editorial quality compared to a commercial for Coke. It was much easier to analyze what quality the information had. You must agree that this was the reality 20 years ago, right?
Okay, so 20 years ago, when we were reading the newspapers, you would say people were more honorable and
No.
truthful, or
But it was an easier world to divide into to understand where the information was, the quality of the information. Now, all the borders are open. Every idiot can post something on Facebook or have a morning show.
I think he's making a great ad for the show. I love it.
But you see my point? Is this a problem in your world?
This is not a problem in my world.
Okay.
This
good.
is fun.
And why?
Why is this not a problem?
Yeah.
Because it's static. That's what it is.
It's
Static.
what is that?
Noise.
Yeah, but who are you to figure out what's noise and what's truth?
But didn't you hear the intro? Why did he bring the pedal to
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam?
I don't really quite understand why he brought the pedal to Amsterdam.
He just forgot about it in the backpack, so now it's with him to Amsterdam.
Oh,
Or maybe he can like smuggle weed in it. You know, it's like a secret compartment or something. I don't know.
yep. Okay.
But so, fake news is protruding all media currently, right?
Yeah. Well, no, not all media.
But so what is actually real news? Because that's what I'm trying to like wrap my head around. Is that we're all complaining about like where we need the truth.
Yeah.
We want people to
Yeah.
be truthful. But so, like for instance, if your partner says "I love you," how can you prove that?
Okay, but I'm not that interested in the personal level. I'm more
how-
interested
what-
in the source. Okay, what is real news? Real news is the way. Okay, what kind of sources of information do you have in your daily life? You do. I think every morning maybe you read a newspaper,
I do occasionally
And-
read news.
okay.
Yes.
and I would probably say that the quality of those news, that news is higher than the one you see on the internet.
Recently, I've been reading Reddit a lot, and I think it's a fun source for news. Also because it's got more like personal stories. You know, I'm a sucker for I want to get this.
Everyone's
I-
a sucker for a personal story.
Well, and I guess that's what the news found out years ago when they took like one person portraying the trauma of a group, because it's much easier to relate to one person than it is to a group. Like millions of people died in earthquake.
Yeah.
That's who gives a shit. And then like Eric
Yeah.
lost his wife and
No,
kids
dog.
in the earthquake. And the dog got
Look at the kitten. It will soon die of cancer.
look at the cancer-ridden kitten.
Okay, but you
But-
don't see
but-
any problems in the future where the truth I think there was a guy called George something wrote a book about 1980 something 84.
George
He tried to
Orwell wrote
make a point.
book.
Make a point about how the idea of truth when it doesn't have any meaning anymore, the society dissolves.
Yeah, I guess. Spoiler alert, 2 + 2 =
Well, since this is a morning show, I would guess 5.
Well, that was a reference to the book.
Okay.
Because the main
Such a
character,
long time since I read it.
and the main character will insist through the entire book that 2 + 2 = 4.
Yeah.
But at the end of the book, he is pushed down into the point where he has to say 2 + 2 = 5.
And is this show? Are we in the 2 + 2 world now? That it equals 5, or is it still in the 4 world?
But this is still 2 + 2 = 4. This is reality. Relax. Relax, man.
I'm not trying to discuss.
but you're
you
looking
can't say
for
that
you're
it
looking
doesn't-
for problems. But let's look at solutions.
Yeah.
Now, it's obviously problematic that the world leaders lie and get away with it.
Yeah, sure. And I think they've done it all the time. But thank God to newspapers and quality sources, we have managed to find the truth in the lies.
So the journalist is our savior.
The sources, the quality. Well, I don't really have a solution. I'm just here to discuss.
You're just looking for problems, man.
No, but I think it's nice to try to think ahead of what some of the problems in the future will be, and your kids, what they will have to deal with if their father says that the truth doesn't matter.
But do you have to? Do you feel the obligation to correct this error on a global scale, or do you think it might be more beneficial to just work on the personal level?
Well,
Like how
since
truthful,
we just made
how
an
truthful
episode,
are you?
how truthful am I?
How much do you lie?
I'm a very bad liar, as you as you know. I'm extremely. I should lie better. I hardly lie, but okay, of course, there are situations where you should act different and choose something which is a half lie or something. But sure, like all people, we do that. But I think that's not such a big deal because that's been going on for thousands of years. It's a glue in the society.
Lies are the glues of our society. No. That's not the
Absolutely.
glue, man.
This,
But if that's the glue, why does it bother you that the Trump lies?
because it's a difference. Okay.
Why is there a difference between you lying and Trump lying? Why is there a difference between me lying and Trump lying? Why did you
it
get the
wouldn't-
benefit of lying and he can't?
It's no surprise that when I come to this show, I will get this question: what's the difference between Trump lying and me lying?
Obviously, he's lying in a way more comfortable bed than you are because he's filthy rich, but that's besides the point.
I think that's a big difference. Of course, it's a big difference. We have,
Because he's more powerful than you.
yeah, and, you know, you have to kind of deal with the truth sometimes, and you do it all the time, and Rabbe does it all the time. Even though you think you try to think out of the look inside, not outside. Find the truth inside. Who cares about the outside? I think that's a bit. It's a bit worrying.
Oh, you're worried.
Worrying that you're only interested in the truth inside and not the outside truth.
Well, I'd say I'm equally interested in both, and I'd say that there's a correlation between the two. Now, what you see outside is also what you're experiencing on the inside, and when you actually see that those are two sides of the same coin, you can also see that the work can also be done on the inside to help the outside. That's why I'm pointing at you, because
Why?
it's
How?
Why? How?
How can my
Well, who's-
inside try to change the outside?
This
no.
does not
enlighten
compute.
me. It does not compute.
Well, you're having your experience, right? You're having the Anders Howie experience.
Absolutely, it's a boring.
Say your
and
name, Anders
skeptical,
Howie,
Anders Howie. That's how I would say it in Norwegian. Yeah, this is
Do you want to weigh in on this, David? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, it was a. Well, now Anders Howie, I do like the sound of that. Where is your place in the world? Where is your significance in your life story?
The subject of this episode, I was trying to see if you and Rabbe were interested in the outside world. But why are you trying to change it into my mental state or in my inside world?
Well, that's because that's how you perceive the world, right? So if you wake up in the morning looking for problems, looking for errors, you will find them because this is not the perfect place.
And
Now,
thank God
by
for that.
focusing on that,
Yeah.
by focusing on the negative aspects of reality, that's what's going to grow in your reality. Okay, say for instance that if there is something, it's like at the work, there is a colleague of yours who does a thing that annoys you. Like he has a morning show every Monday morning and forces you to be a guest on it or something like that. Now, when you start to let that bother you, it's going to grow and you're going to notice it even more. Now, if you instead of focusing on the bad aspects of this friend of yours who's doing this morning show, look at the good side of things, they will grow. Now, if all you're looking for in Trump is an idiot you shall find.
But I'm waiting for the rest of the sentence.
He also has a but. But he is a human being just like me and you, and he also deserves to be seen as a complete human being, not as just a complete sack of shit. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think,
like,
but
okay, say
your life theory just sounds a bit simple because
it's super simple.
yeah, but in a bad way. I think it's because you're making it such a small thing.
But it is a small thing. It's just you, man.
No. I think we as humans have an obligation to try to change the world into a better place.
I totally agree.
No, but you say just look inside yourself. Be happy. No. You have to change things. That's why we have elections. We believe in ideas. We believe that Trump is not the one who's supposed to rule America.
But he was elected president.
That's not looking for trouble. That's trying to change the society in something better. It's just, and I think it's a bit passive to say, now just look inside yourself and be and look at kittens on the internet, and the world will be better. I said, no. I think we have an obligation for ourselves and our kids, who's supposed to end up living in this world, to try to change it into something better and do something about it, and not just look into ourselves all the time. And that's not looking for trouble. That's trying to find solutions.
But that's good.
No, but you said, well, Anders.
But if all we do is bad othering, if all we do is focusing on like, well, he's bad, then how is that collectively making things better? That's just labeling.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
sure, but I'm not sure.
Now,
I'm not sure I do
back
that.
to Trump. Let's do the Trump
okay.
to Rooney's.
Perfect.
And also, I'm looking at the time schedule that Abbe made.
Yep.
And I'm trying to see if we can also be on track. But I think we'll be fine as wine because he made this form. Okay, so Trump was elected president. Who elected Trump?
A minority of the American people. Okay.
Yeah, so he didn't win the popular vote, which is obvious because he's a douche. But people voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, there might be that fake news on social media from Russians had an effect on this election. But without having seen the TV show with the controversial election rigging, it does seem to me that it didn't influence the election a lot.
Well, it's a bit hard to say, but
also, I guess, because you took the least likely party, but maybe if it was like a more serious contender.
My show or
your show?
Okay,
your show.
I thought we were talking about Trump.
Yeah, we're talking about Trump, but you actually did research on are social media able to manipulate reality?
Yeah, and it's hard to. We didn't end up with a big result, it's a bit hard to figure out. If it did it on national level, it would have an impact.
Oh yeah. But so okay, back to Trump. Now, does it make the world a better place to declare a man who was voted by? Okay, how many people voted for Trump? If say like 50% of the American population went out to vote, and half of them voted for Trump, and there are like 250 million people. Okay, so say 50 million people voted for Trump. So how does it really make the world a better place declaring them idiots?
I'm not declaring them idiots. I'm trying to look at the technical, how they were manipulated by a foreign country into voting for Trump.
But you're saying it's not that easy to actually say that they were manipulated. Like your research is actually not supporting the fact that they voted for him through manipulation.
Well,
he might also have manipulated them through speaking to their called their lower selves, like, I'm gonna build a wall to protect us from the horrors of the world, which to some people might sound soothing. And I'm gonna make America great again, which is like a Coca-Cola ad. But obviously he's just like, is Russia the problem? I don't think so. Is Trump the problem? I don't think so. We are the problem because we always point the finger outwards. Now, this is like with Norway and oil. So, Norway is one of the oil producers of this world, correct?
One of the biggest oil producers, I think.
One of the biggest oil producers.
Yeah. One of the bigger, at least.
Yes. And politically, in Norway, some political parties say we should stop producing oil because we're destroying the planet. But the majority of the Norwegian people thinks that we don't make a difference. Because the Norwegian population is less than 0%. Like we are nobody on a global scale. So why, if we stop polluting, if we just go to be the greenest country in the world, it's not going to make a difference. So why bother?
But now you're mixing the
No, I'm not mixing.
export of oil, which we are one of the bigger countries of, and we are just 4 million people. But we're not talking about our consumption of oil. We're talking about the global consumption of oil.
But can we affect that?
If we stop producing oil, sure.
But how about the people who say that it doesn't make a difference?
Yeah, but you're mixing up our
No, but what is
population
the
of 4
truth?
million
What is
people.
the truth here? No, you're always looking for the truth. So what is truth?
Okay, do you agree that if we all stop producing oil, it would affect the climate? If all countries stopped producing oil?
That would probably be a very good idea. But who's going to start?
No, we're talking. No, you have to say yes. I'm looking for facts.
But
you have to agree on that.
Facts are elusive. Truth is elusive. Well, it is, because it's like with this global warming. This climate crisis that we're in.
That's the big difference between you, Ulf, and Rabbe, and me is that I think there are some facts you just have to deal with, and most of those facts are based on science. And as I told you, or as I asked you, if we all stopped producing oil, would that affect the climate? And you said, and then you think, well, if I look at the science, yeah, sure.
Well, of course it would affect the climate.
Okay, so there is some truth somewhere.
Yes, but you want the absolute truth, and that you have to find within. That would be my take on it.
Okay,
now we can agree to disagree.
Something that's
but
not
we have to keep on the schedule here.
Move on.
Okay, we're moving on. Now we have a text from David.
Yep.
He's saying that there is no sound.
No.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, good.
How did that happen? Okay, I'm gonna run the clip anyways. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's nydelig.
Sorry.
Hello again. You know, words of wisdom. The beautiful thing about internet is that you can spread the good words of wisdom, inspiring stuff, quotes and amazing beautiful things that people have said before us. Smart people. Alright? So how do you know that someone actually said whatever they were quoted on the internet? To figure out this in a funny way, I would like you guys in the studio to tell me which one of these quotes are actually true. Okay, here's the first one. First one is Jordan B. Peterson. He famously said, "Never take anything in your life for granted. The more you show up to that reality, the more satisfied you will actually be." And this one is from Gandhi. "As you grow older, it's natural to be wiser. However, a wise man isn't an old man. You must be the child within." Jesus said, "Have I ever forsaken you? If you claim I have, you have never truly met me." Mother Teresa famously said at the end of her long life, "People listen to the one that can speak the unspoken voice in your heart." Einstein liked to talk about energy. What he's saying is, everything in the universe is energy. But then what puts energy to life? A wise man must ask. Mila Kunis. When I was 18, I thought being an actor was my calling. As I grew older, I realized the art of acting is just a tool for whatever else I'm here to bring to the world. Okay, these quotes, which one is true? Which one is made up in the moment? Which one... Yeah, you figure it out. You'll figure it out.
God damn it. Fucking shit.
Men, men det jeg ikke helt skjønner Men hva gjør han i Amsterdam egentlig?
Han er på ferie sammen med kjæresten. Well, this happened before. We only have to do 15 more minutes. We can do it miming. God damn it. Okay. We'll just do that sound.
Det er ingen som kan høre på oss.
We're gonna wrap this up.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay, let's wrap
I'm
it up.
gonna do a wrap up. Okay.
Fantastic.
Now this-
Should we... Skal ikke du spare disse poengene til
No.
Okay.
Relax your ass. So, my good friend,
Yep.
and David over here, due to technical issues, we're going to cut the episode a bit short. But I think we had a really good, I think we were onto something there.
Yeah, well... Maybe.
But every episode of this show, I've prepared a quote.
Oh, okay.
That I found on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
which I find to be relevant and well, that speaks to me, and I think it will speak to you as well. So I have this note here. Okay, we're gonna see what the note says. So I want you to read the note. Okay.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Tupac?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
What does this quote say to you in relation to what we've just been talking about?
I don't agree with the relation to what we just talked about. The theme of this episode was that we had to change the world into a better place by doing something, not looking inside.
How can you do something?
I just
Take
tried.
a look at yourself, man.
No.
If there's too much fake news, be more real. If you think people are lying too much, stop lying. It's as easy as that.
Okay.
If you want the world to improve on yourself.
Thank you.
Now, on that note, I've made an outro, which we have sound for, and I want you to listen to this song because it's beautiful. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. See skies of blue and clouds
the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself,